If you say you will give him 1 year, you look at what he's doing in a year. By extension, you're also advocating that other people do the same. Would you suggest that that also happens in the area of the economy, for instance?
No, you see, when things are in order, for example now, the oil industry, I think I'm hearing some information that he is going to be the Minister, he is going to hold that portfolio, fine and good. If what he has been doing is what is going to continue with the ministry.
You don't think he should delegate that responsibility and focus on coordinating everything?
I think it is his right if he chooses. There's a privilege which he can always pick a ministry and hold on to. Because I remember the British government at one point was advising Nigeria that anybody who comes in the next administration must overturn and overhaul the NNPC if they want to move forward. So because the cankerworms inside NNPC is enough.
Okay, that's on the one hand. What about the economy? You were going to make a point on that.
Yeah, okay. The economy. The economy can sustain itself because you have these industries, you have the structures, you have the confidence for people to get out there and do things. Now, the major economic improvements that you want, you are already lobbying foreign investors to come to the country. Now it's left for you to give that confidence when they walk into your country, plus the information they do get, whether you give them or not, which will convince them that there is something to come.
But the thing is, the world, many say, doesn't work that way. You can't wait for a year to watch him do whatever policies before you speak up about it.
When I say a year, don't hold on to that 1 year as if I am giving him a black ticket.
Okay, what should I hold on to?
Because I watch him every day and I criticize every move the party, APC, does, and I hail them when they make the move that is deserved. But the issue is they still haven't got themselves on the road anyway. They are still struggling. Everybody can see that. Buhari is smart enough not to delve into the politics, the party politics.
Why not? He's a politician.
He is a politician, but suddenly, if you remember his maiden speech, he said, I am for everybody, I am for nobody. At that point, you must be able to know that this man knows who Nigerians are.
Well, listening to that speech, though, I mean, his independence, this is about the second major speech he's delivered to Nigerians since May 29. If you look at this second Independence Day speech, does it inspire you? Do you think that it's a message, it has a message for all, you know, cadre of Nigerians, be you rich, poor, young, old? Do you think that it carries the weight that an Independence Day message should carry?
It has said nothing more than what Nigerians already know since the last 3 months of his coming to office, because every day news about the progress of President Buhari has been on the table, has been on the papers, has been on the screen, and we have not heard much. But the issue is just assuring us that patience is what he needs in understanding and cooperation.
Did you feel reassured?
I have the confidence because I have no other alternative anyway. Because one of the things I have been fighting for is the systemic change, which still nobody has even attempted to try that line. Because if Buhari now performs well, and 4 years later or 8 years later, and he disappears, who is now going to come and carry on with the continuity of the state machinery?
So you have a choice to keep making the point about building institutions.
Of course. It's left for him now to see whether he realizes the importance of him, Buhari, being a phenomenon when he came on, and after he leaves, what is he bequeathing?
But from what you've seen, do you think at the end of the day, institutions will be stronger so that when he leaves, those institutions will eventually just function the way it ought to?
First and foremost, we have the Nigerian police force to hold accountable for institutional change, because the issue of moral values, the issue of corruption, and what have you, the issue of the confidence of the common man at the police station and at the courts, all is wrapped in the fingers of the policeman. We have good police officers, but we have bad police officers. If you meet a bad police officer, you hate the whole police force.
Many have suggested that that is so because we need to revisit our federalism.
That's the structure, yes. But then when Mr. President, now, for example, now the last effort that Mr. President, the former president did about this constitutional conference, if he will not dump those things in the dustbin as these predecessors normally do, if he will not forget about other reports which was hailed to be almost perfect for Nigeria to move forward, if he will have that time to bring them all out on the table and now work on them, if we cannot have the Constitutional Conference or Sovereign National Conference as we call it at our own levels, then he can still fall back on those and implement those which will augment these calls, because it will actually make a difference. Those who sat down and wasted their brains, taxed their brains and time, and those who were so hopeful at the end of the programs will now feel that we are actually moving forward, because you can't implement these reports and recommendations and you say there is nothing that is showing.
Young people have a major stake in this country. From that speech, and perhaps from what you've seen in the last 3 months, are you optimistic that, yes, young people will be given pride of place in the scheme of things in the country?
I have that conviction, because the young people, there are a set of young people who are trying to force their way into the system of governance. And there are those who, unfortunately, have lost hope. It's either they want to reach that greener pasture, or this Yahoo thing has taken over their life. Very unfortunate. But all the same, I am sure that if they have the opportunity to go to work, I am sure those things, they themselves will shy away from it.
We appreciate your time. Ahmed Tijani, Secretary General, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum.
Thank you very much. Thank you.